Today on Suncoast View, should Sarasota be a sanctuary city? One city commission candidate thinks so. We'll discuss.
An award-winning Hollywood actor and director premieres his Sarasota-based web series. We'll talk to Dylan McDermott about Ringling's partnership.
And it's Field Trip Friday. I'll head across some bridges to take you somewhere that really has a bite. All that and more right now on Suncoast View.
Welcome to the show, and welcome back to Jeffrey Kinn, Artistic Director at the Players Center.
Always happy to be here and join you lovely ladies.
Looking very handsome.
Oh, thank you very much.
And I understand that you've had a little bit of a stressful week, so we're glad you could kind of come here and hang out with us.
Oh my stars, the drama of live theater.
Yeah, so tell us about this theory, the show must go on.
The show must go on. You know, we're a community theater. We don't have understudies, and so on Wednesday, our leading actor in Boeing tore his meniscus. On Thursday, the doctor said, you can't do the show. On Thursday night, we started rehearsing Jared Weldon, and on Tuesday, he went on with script for a live audience.
Wow.
And we opened last night, raving, standing ovations, laughter all the way around.
So people didn't notice.
So people did, and you know what? I let them in on the curtain speech that, hey, this happened, and they were right along with them. They loved, they got the laughs, they enjoyed it, and
life happens.
It happens,
Life
and you know,
happens.
and as long as they know that it's happening, you're in on the joke. They appreciated his effort, and so the show goes on, and it plays all the way through May 7th. So we're excited.
All right, that is Boeing at the Players Center with a new lead and one that I'm sure is doing a great job. And Linda, you took in some live theater. How are those kinky boots?
I did. Kinky Boots last night. What a fun time. Yeah. What a great show. It just says, be yourself. There I am with my daughter. She always said she should be herself. We had such an awesome time. We are standing on our feet cheering in there. It was a sellout. The entire theater was on their feet screaming. Oh, that Lola was something else.
It is a great story.
She made me want to be a drag queen. I thought, I hope Believe Fruitville can see this.
I think so, yes.
Linda says that about once a week. But Beth, does that alarm you in any way?
I would love to wear those
clothes. A little bit.
If I were your size, you'd see me in those high red boots.
All right, Kinky Boots is at the Van Wezel through April 30th, and I know they are very close to a sellout if you are interested. We're going to see who's in the kitchen today. We welcome back our good friend, Chef Joe from Cafe Barbosa.
Hi, everybody. How are we doing?
Great. What are we making?
Today we're making stuffed zucchini flowers with ricotta, fresh mozzarella, and a San Marzano marinara sauce.
So the actual flour that grows into a zucchini?
Absolutely.
Wow. All right.
Yeah, and we're going to stuff it and then make like a tempura batter for it.
How interesting. So the ones that don't turn into zucchinis are still useful.
Yes, they
now
are.
we know.
We would do that. We would call those pumpkin fritters. We would.
You cook the flowers?
We cook the flowers.
Aren't they delicious?
Yeah, delicious. All right. Well, I learned something.
Down on the farm.
Down on the farm. All right.
Ohio.
That would be up on the farm in your case in Ohio.
Yes.
All right. It is time for our first hot topic. Should Sarasota become a sanctuary city? This issue's received some social media buzz this week. The Republican Party of Sarasota posted a video of City Commission Democratic candidate Jennifer Ahern Koch speaking at New College. Koch says if we are going to be a community that encompasses all people, then yes, we definitely need to consider the option of being a sanctuary city where we can protect our citizens, each and every one of them. The other Democratic candidate says that is a federal issue. What do you think?
I think we could handle that here. We have volunteers. We have people that are very good at raising money. And I think it's our obligation to help our fellow man. I think we're just fulfilling our obligation. So I'll help.
I think a society is judged on how we treat those that are less fortunate than us. And if we want to be a caring, wonderful city, then we need to protect those. We need to protect our neighbors. For me, it's hands down, we need to protect them, and we need to help them.
And we just look at Bo Beth.
Bo Beth has something to say.
I agree. I agree with on both sides of the issues, but I hate to say this. Being a sanctuary city comes with a lot of other things, and we just need to be prepared for those other things. There are places like in Texas where lawmakers have voted that sanctuary cities in their state, they're going to be targeted, and they're going to look for different reasons to either cut funding or cut other things. Now, while I understand that, I 100% agree with you. I don't believe in the concept of we're just going to carte blanche and deport people. And there's so many instances now where people are being deported for things that aren't really felonies. They're now making, for instance, citations. 3 criminal citations, which are considered going over 20 miles an hour, are now considered a reason to deport a person. And in my mind, that's horrible. I mean, many people that are citizens have gotten tickets for going, 10 miles over the speed limit or 20 miles over the speed limit. Now you can be deported for it, even when you've lived here most of your life and you came here as a child, no fault of your own. So I feel like where we have gone as a country is wrong, but understand that it comes with consequences. And when we do decide if we're going to do it or not, I feel like we're going to be targeted. So we just need to be prepared and make sure we're dotting our I's and crossing our T's to make sure we're protected.
If you only decide to do the right thing because there are not going to be any consequences, then
Linda.
that's wrong in itself. So you should stand up no matter how hard it's going to be.
It's interesting to see how big of a campaign she'll be, because the other Democratic candidate came out immediately and said, not touching that
they
one.
Don't, like
so
Linda,
we'll
they
see
don't
what
want
happens.
to deal with the consequence of it.
But that's the same party, so
Hence
we'll
why
see.
I kind of was quiet. I was like, I don't know if I want to deal with the consequence of it.
I understand.
Sometimes these decisions are hard decisions.
The issue is out there, and as the campaigns play out, we will see how big of a factor it becomes.
Yeah, you get no credit for doing the right thing unless you have to pay for it some way.
Don't worry, I'll get a lot more emails about me being too liberal.
That is usually true. Netflix's latest original series is causing schools across the country to warn parents about teens watching the drama. It's called 13 Reasons Why. It's based on a 2007 novel by the same name, and it addresses teen suicide. Each episode follows a series of audio recordings that the teen leaves behind for her classmates, explaining why she decided to kill herself. The story jumps between the past and the present, and each time it shows how the reason impacted the teen's life. Now, schools are concerned that this glamorizes teen suicide. Full disclosure, I have read the book. It is very powerful. What do you think about schools discouraging the series?
Well, it seems to me that it says that all these people that were mean to her are going to be sorry. She's going to punish them by killing herself. And usually that doesn't happen. They just keep on with their life. They don't even notice. So don't plan to punish anybody else. But you're reading the book. Is that true?
I've read the book when it came out, actually. And I'll tell you, I disagree with these schools 100%. Teen suicide happens. You know, in our nice upper middle class neighborhood, a very popular student killed himself this year. And it rocked that school to the core. This is an issue that is out there. Don't hide it under the covers. Don't say this is making it attractive to kids. It's painful, but it happens. Get it out there.
I don't think it's making it attractive. I think it's making, you're seeing the emotion of it. I
I
think
agree.
that when it happens, like you said, but if people can see the other side of it, maybe they will rethink their actions. And also, I think it's a point where, as the person who's thinking about it, we have to find a way to help them build themselves up internally. So when someone does something mean to you, you don't think your life is over.
Right. Because it's going to happen. You have to make your shell harder.
Yeah.
I think there's an educational aspect that a school should appreciate, and that we're bringing up a story. I have not seen it or read it, but bringing up this conversation is going to probably save lives. It'll start a conversation, and that's what good art does. It makes you talk and you speak about things, and it might actually save lives, because a student, someone who feels that way, may actually say something to a counselor or their parents. And I think something that's educational like that should be viewed as something that's helpful and not hurtful.
And
Maybe
think about,
everybody together.
Think
so
about
there's
the way
a counsel.
teens are, too. If you tell them not to watch the series,
They're gonna watch it.
I mean, hello.
Well, you should know.
Right, I do. I live with a whole house of them. So, well, know that that is an issue that's out there, and very sadly, it happens more often than we'd like to know. So country music lyrics may tell a good story, but a new study says those lyrics are talking a lot about drugs. Addiction.com reveals that country music has the most drug references of all the musical genres. It's followed by jazz, pop, folk, and then rap. Surprisingly, rap is among the least likely of the genres to mention drugs, unlike the 90s. We're talking current rap. Marijuana is the drug most frequently referenced in country songs, and though the study doesn't link references with use, it does fly against the conventional wisdom that country music is a safe place for all listeners. Does this surprise you?
Yes, I would have never thought.
It doesn't surprise me. I didn't think rap was the lead
Do
of
you
all
listen
drugs.
to country?
I do actually.
Really? That surprised
Do
me.
they talk that much about drugs? Because I don't listen to it.
But it's not, they don't do it overtly. It's not like, oh, let's go smoke weed. They use references that you may
right.
not realize may mean marijuana.
One of those words we don't know,
Yeah,
Linda.
right.
So, and I think that's, you know, and I think that's the same thing with all songs or all genres. They use references. No one goes out there and say, oh, I'm going to go take some cocaine right now. You know, they say different things that may...
Back in the, 50s, 60s, 70s, Puff the Magic Dragon.
Right,
Right.
exactly.
It took me a long time to realize what they
Yes,
were
me
talking
too.
about.
That's about drugs, too?
Yes!
That song we all sang as children.
Puff the
Yeah.
Magic Dragon.
Well, and honestly, that's a great
Yes,
point
I
because the references may be out there and the
Aw,
families
man.
listening to the songs may not be aware.
Don't
Kids
get it.
sing that song now.
I
Yes.
know, but it's interesting that we have always thought of as country as being very homegrown and
Very clean.
I don't know, though. They're always
Family.
singing about cheating on wives
Yeah.
and all that kind of thing. I don't think it's a squeaky wheel.
breaking car
or women
windows.
being things out.
Yeah, exactly. So anyway, you just know that it's out there. Well, the world is not drinking as much Coca-Cola as we used to.
No.
Now the beverage maker is cutting 1,200 jobs. Don't worry, I'm still doing my part. Those cuts will amount to a 22% reduction in corporate staff on a global basis. So the Atlanta-based company says that sales volume's flat. There's a 1% decline in soda and a 3% increase for the category, including water. Things like enhanced water, the sports drinks, they have a lot of side opportunities there to make money. Coke's new CEO says they are a total beverage company. They're going to put more marketing behind these other options, like smart water. This surprised me a little bit, only because there's so much out there besides the sugary soft drinks that we know are bad, yet these companies
And a
still
lot
aren't
of these
making
companies
money.
are, you never realize, but, you know, Coke or Sprite, or they all own the same thing. It's like all these different brands are owned by one
Fanta,
company.
Powerade,
And
Yeah.
it's crazy.
Smart
but
water.
I think
grew up
part
with-
of it is like a lot of schools and a lot of places have now become conscious, and they're removing it out of schools, removing it out of other places where you can't just get it at anytime you want.
Environmentally, we're not supposed to drink water out of bottles, so
Right.
that can't have helped.
Well, you know,
Right.
I grew up in Atlanta, and when I grew up, everything in a bottle was a Coke.
Right.
You know, I mean, you called every.
Right,
I never
every
heard the
soda.
word pop or
Right,
soda
right.
or anything like that. Everything was a Coke, and I was drinking several a day Diet Cokes, but lately it's all tea for me. So maybe the taste has changed.
I just love the fact that you said that their sales are flat.
Do you like that?
Yeah.
Those little word
just
puns.
hope I just hope that people got that because that was really
Well,
cute.
if they did it, they
you.
got it now.
I'm glad somebody appreciates my subtle
Yeah,
and
explain it to
somewhat
me.
dry
I will,
humor.
I will. Flat
Well,
fizz.
another beverage maker is in the news for a refreshingly simple new ad campaign. Let's take a look.
It is very odd. We're not set up to understand or see things like that.
I am a daughter, a wife. I am transgender.
You now have a choice. You may go, or you can stay and discuss your differences over a beer.
I'm only joking.
It's called Worlds Apart. The premise is so simple. Get two people who disagree with each other, put them in a room together, and let them talk it out over a beer, a Heineken in this case. The pair did not initially know they had different views, and the ad does not hide their emotions, but it does get to the heart of political engagement and tolerance in a world that is deeply divided over almost everything.
Hey, you can unite over a beer.
I think we should be drinking beer right now.
I think it ought to be Coca-Cola.
I think it's a great concept,
I do too.
especially after the Pepsi thing
Yes.
with the, you know, the intolerance and the statement of getting along and choosing sides. I like that this has gone the whole other way.
Alcohol solves all of our problems.
Well, I don't know about that, but
Sitting down and talking.
That's the key.
There we
That
go.
is the
That's
key.
what the Pepsi ad attempted to do.
And then it's okay to have differences, but we are all on this planet together, and Lord, can't we just get along?
And we're all different.
Yes, we are. Let's have a beer, Linda.
Okay, we'll agree.
We'll agree to have a beer.
and where Pepsi went wrong is that they approached it a little too head on and
They-
directly,
correct.
you know, with issues that incited more problems than one is able to solve over a Pepsi or a Heineken.
But is there such a thing as bad publicity? I mean, so Pepsi
know.
isn't flatlining.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I don't know, but this one definitely, it's been all over social media this week.
I like
and
the idea.
I like the idea.
I think all all of us are alike, and all of us want the same thing for our lives. And if we can just separate or stop focusing on our differences, we'll realize how much alike we really are.
Great summary. All right,
Agreed.
it's also happy hour, so we'll check out the happy hour
Maybe
forecast.
we'll get a beer so we can have the discussion.
In case you wanted to have a beer. And when we come back, we have a lot of exciting things. We're going to talk to Dylan McDermott. Stay with us.
Yeah, cold beverage right now, and this happy hour looking pretty good. It's toasty out there. Temperatures in the upper 80s to low 90s. I'm Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan with your happy hour forecast. Right now at the Sarasota Braden Airport, 88 degrees. We knew it was going to get a little warmer today, even near the coast, and it has. Lakewood Ranch at 91, 95 in Wauchula. And Northport down in South Sarasota County, 90 at this hour. Just a little bit cooler. Anna Maria, Longboat Key, and Siesta Key in the mid-80s there, and looks as though we'll see the heat stay with us too. Right on in through the night tonight. Low temperatures expected to be in the low 70s right now. The dew point temperature up there as well at 69. Winds out of the southwest at 16. The pressure high at 30.01 inches, and that is continuing to rise very slowly right now. Dry air in place across most of the state right now. Some high clouds moving in from the west. That's about it. And no real threat of any significant rainfall. There may be a few isolated storms popping up here and there over the weekend. We'll talk more about that coming up at 5 o'clock. We'll have your full weekend weather forecast at 5. See you then.
The Suncoast has the unsettling reputation of being a hotbed for human trafficking. Award-winning actor and director Dylan McDermott teamed up with Ringling College to create a Sarasota-based web series titled Sugar. It's about a young woman who becomes a victim of trafficking. Sugar debuted Thursday in St. Petersburg at the Sunscreen Film Festival, and we got a chance to talk to McDermott. Let's take a look.
You know, Sugar's a lot of things, but ultimately, having two young daughters, I wanted to create a show about a young girl who was on the streets. Sugar represents them and all the girls in the world who are sort of, violence has been inflicted on them. And I wanted to bring awareness to them. As a man, I think it's important that it comes from men because most violence inflicted on women comes from men.
Sometimes the only way out of a situation is physically out. And that's why so many of our young people end up on the street, because they cannot see a way, any other way to make it better.
But you gave her a fighting spirit.
Absolutely. The whole idea is that she's not a victim, is that really she becomes empowered in this journey. You know, that she becomes a strong woman. And most of the time you see this story, they become victims. But I wanted to go the exact opposite way.
We're also spreading awareness about sex trafficking, which is a really problematic issue in Florida in general, but also in the United States as a whole. And we forget that even in the United States, you know, there are plenty of victims of human trafficking, especially young women and girls.
And a web series. You could have made a film. What made you choose a web series?
Well, because I think the eyeballs are there. I think that most people are watching the internet more than anything else. I think they're watching the internet when they're watching television. You know, I noticed that with my young daughter that the laptop is on and they're watching the movie at the same time. So the eyeballs are really on the internet. That's the future.
Tell us about the Sarasota Ringling connection.
Yeah, well, Ringling first brought me down here just as a tour, and I was so impressed by the school that I brought this idea to them and said, would you be willing or able or want to create a show, a web series? And they were like, yeah, let's do it.
The Ringling students were basically teachers, so informative, so, you know, jumping on the wagon to help out with everything.
The facilities, everything being here, people from LA coming here, Dylan McDermott, the ideal conditions, really. It's all coming to Sarasota. It's here. We have the production facilities, and it's unexpected. Who would have thought that 5 years ago?
Senior producer Joey Panic joined us at that screening. I have to tell you guys, they are all from LA. They were so high on Sarasota.
Yeah.
I mean, that was just so great to hear.
Well, you know, we got it going on here.
One thing that was really interesting, Zoe, the lead actress, had mentioned when you, coming from California, coming here to work, she said everybody is a little bit more relaxed about everything else, so they're focused on the project. So I thought that's really hopeful for more of the film industry here on the Suncoast.
And Ringling played a huge part in this whole series. I mean, for the students to get that kind of hands-on work, to be able to do the writing like they've done, and then Dylan McDermott said, well, now that the soundstage is up and ready to go, you know, we got more we want to do. So all of this just so positive for Ringling and for our Suncoast film development.
I was curious because I heard him say, you know, he mentioned that this was really important to him as a man, that he kind of addresses, takes care of the next generation of females, especially with two daughters. And I thought it was interesting because his career is such where he could do any project right now. He could do a big movie, he could do another series, and so to do something that's really socially conscious, I just really admired that.
Was there a trafficking issue? I mean, is there anything specific that drove him to that? Do we know?
No, he said in general there's an issue here.
Yes, of course.
So much, and I feel like kind of with Joey's, like when you hear all these different celebrities going behind an issue that is affecting so many people, I just think it's amazing.
Yeah.
You know,
because they can make a difference. They do have that power in their hands to make a difference.
And create art that talks about the big problem, the bigger
And
problems.
inspire the next generation of filmmakers like at Ringling, like he's doing, to be socially conscious. So
Right.
there's a whole layer of, you know, that they get to work with this Hollywood talent, but they also get to learn that there's responsibility with that type of
but it's
talent.
not enough to be socially conscious. It's got to be really entertaining,
like Linda
too.
said, take some risk, huh?
And you want people to know, I want those people in the big cities of LA and New York and Chicago to know that in rural Central Florida, there is a human trafficking problem. Who would think that? But it's a big deal.
Wow.
It is a very big deal. Okay, so we will be watching for that web series to be released. You will be able to watch it in the comforts of your home on the computer. So something to look forward to, and congratulations to Ringling for that. Coming up next, we're going to get the inside scoop on the NFL draft. And you'll see someone I have a crush on.
Not her husband.
I entered into real estate to help people. I would like to invoke a trust in people that I will do everything in my power to help them navigate the process of either buying or selling a home. Well, I know how stressful buying a home can be. I've bought and sold properties in the past before I was an agent. I want you to be able to trust me to stay in contact with you, be available to you whenever you have questions. My name is Kimberly, and I want to be your real estate agent.
Introducing the all-new Alfa Romeo Giulia, a performance masterpiece. Race-inspired handling and lightning-fast response times take your drive to the next level. Find yours at Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
For years, I told everyone my Craftmatic adjustable bed was the greatest until I got the new Craftmatic Legacy. It has an adjustable pillow feature that's awesome. You're gonna want one too when you see how little they cost.
If you've ever had a bad night's sleep, call and price the new Craftmatic Legacy. It has so much more than other adjustables and still costs up to 50% less, featuring a rising adjustable pillow rest, bedside power plugs, underbed night lights, and more. Available in all mattress types with optional heat and soothing massage for as much as half the price of Tempur-Pedic, Sleep Number, and other adjustables. Enjoy temporary relief of low back pain, nighttime heartburn, mild arthritis. Adjust the rising pillow feature to help align your head, neck, and shoulders. See for yourself with our 30-day in-home trial. So call and price one today for less, up to 50% less.
You get so much more and it still costs less. You gotta see how little they cost.
Call 1-800-237-0214. That's 1-800-237-0214. Call 1-800-237-0214. Call now.
What Florida city is best known for spaceflight?
Cape Carnival.
Cape Carnival? Close enough. What condiment includes vinegar, molasses, and anchovies?
Westchester sauce?
Close enough. And now, a word from our sponsors.
One-off from the Florida Lottery. Now available for pick 2, 3, 4, and 5 games. Miss by one on any or all numbers and still win.
Giulia from Alfa Romeo. Appearance. Performance. Power. Find yours at Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
It is NFL Draft Weekend in Philadelphia, and for teams, it's a chance to beef up their rosters. For players, it can be a lifelong dream. No one knows more about these players than ESPN college football analyst Kirk Herbstreit. I had a chance to talk to him heading into the first round. Let's take a listen. And there's no one better to ask about draft day excitement than Kirk Herbstreit, of course, one of college football's most famous faces. Welcome, Kirk. Great to see you.
Thank you, Stephanie. Glad to be here.
Tell us a little bit about what these very young men are feeling on a day like today, knowing that their dreams are right around the corner.
Well, as you can imagine, I think it's very surreal. A lot of these guys, whether they're growing up in Florida or anywhere in the country, since they were probably 5 or 6 years old, they've been thinking about not only college football, but the ultimate dream is trying to be able to go out and play in the NFL and make a living and playing a sport that they love. And now it's become a reality for some of these guys. And if you're a first rounder, you've been thinking about going out and buying that suit and walking across the stage and shaking the hands of Roger Goodell after your name's announced. And I think the biggest thing is you finally have some clarity. Your college career is over. You've been lifting weights for the last 3 or 4 months, and you just want to be able to at least belong to a team and know where your life is headed. So I think that's probably the most exciting thing, is they're actually going to belong to a team and be able to get focused on how they might be able to help that team out and see how quickly they might be able to fit into that team's plans.
All right, well, speaking of teams, of course, a lot of Tampa Bay Bucks fans here and also a lot of Seminole fans. So we're talking first round here. I know Dalvin Cook at the top of a lot of people's lists. What do you think a player like that has to offer?
I think he could be the steal of the whole draft. I'm not just saying that because I'm on with you here in Tampa. I think Dalvin Cook has what it takes in today's NFL to be a featured back and do a lot of great things. He can run the ball on first and second down. He's got great hands. He can catch the ball out of the backfield. He's as tough as any back I've covered. I've been following this guy since he was a true freshman when he came out of Miami and played for the Seminoles and helped them get to a national championship game. And the guy just has one of those kind of competitive spirits that you want on your team. And with some of the issues with Doug Martin, if Tampa Bay gets an opportunity to go out and get Dalvin Cook to play with Jameis again, to go with Deshaun Jackson, and some of the other players that they have, that would be a dynamic offense. And I think he's talented enough and intelligent enough to be able to fit in right away as a rookie. So if the Bucs are lucky enough to have Dalvin Cook on the board when they select, I would hand that ticket in very quickly and say we want Dalvin Cook.
And you know what? Even the Gator fans who are Bucs fans might have to play along and agree with that matchup. So
yeah.
We'll see what happens. All right, I do
That'd
need to
be hard, but they'll have to. Yeah.
You got to cross over eventually. I got to give Gator fans a little time here. And actually, it's been a stressful week with Caleb Brantley. How do these off-field issues still play out on big weekends like draft?
Yeah, that's a great question, Stephanie, because, it depends on what the situation is, how much merit there is to it. You'd be shocked to see the investigative abilities of the NFL and these teams. They go deep. They talk to anybody and everybody to be able to really find out what the real deal is with a story. They don't just read something on Twitter or hear a story. They obviously do their due diligence because they're about to make a big investment. I was shocked to see that story, especially the timing of it. It seems like the last few years we've had more and more of this surfacing the week of the draft, which I think a lot of us kind of scratch our head as to wonder why these things come out the way they do. But they definitely have an impact depending on the merit and how much truth there is to these stories.
Well, we certainly wish all these young men the best of luck. All right, well, obviously some of those predictions not coming true because the Bucs took O.J. Howard. Sorry, Bobeth. Dalvin Cook's still out there. We'll find out more in round 2. But Linda, you lived in a football coach's household on draft day. What was this like?
Well, they all got together. So all the wives got together because the tension was so extreme. And we'd go shopping and wait till it was all over. And then if they came out well, they were really happy. They didn't worry about the money. If it didn't go well, then we had to take some of those things back.
Wow.
That's so funny.
That's a different perspective.
All right, well, we'll continue to see that draft develop over the weekend. I know Bobeth's pulling for those Florida State guys.
Oh, no first rounders.
All right, coming up next, we're going to find out why a strange-looking bus is driving around the Suncoast. Stay with us.
That is a pretty good breakfast. You're not even eating.
Not hungry.
No? Why not? What's up?
Kath and I knew that Jenny had been partying a bit. Found out she tried heroin.
Most people don't know what to say about drugs, but we do. Visit us at drugfree.org.
If you're only hungry for a slice of apple pie, why buy the whole pie? And you certainly wouldn't want to pay for an all-you-can-eat buffet. So if you don't use your cell phone that much, why get charged for a plan that's too big, or even an unlimited plan? Luckily, there's still a wireless company that shares your values. Welcome to Consumer Cellular. Our average customer pays about $25 a month for everything they need. Many pay even less, as plans start at just $10 a month. You'll get a straightforward bill that's easy to understand with no surprises and all the attention you deserve from our friendly customer service team. No wonder Consumer Cellular received a J.D. Power Award for highest customer service. Plus, if you're an AARP member, you'll receive special discounts. It's easy to switch. You can even keep your phone and your number. So stop paying for more than you need and switch now. For a limited time, get your first month of service free. Call 800-457-2317, go online, or visit a Target store today.
Why settle for less? Get more for your money at Sunset Subaru in Sarasota. Subaru is rated the #1 car brand in safety, and all Subaru models with eyesight are a 2017 IIHS top safety pick. And you can lease the most award-winning small SUV, a new Subaru Forester, for just $209 a month. Or get 0% financing with complimentary maintenance included. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
So many possibilities worth exploring. Minnesota Flooring.
And for a limited time, Minnesota Flooring is offering you unbelievable pricing on tile and laminate. Porcelain tile only $1.59. Ceramic tile 99 cents. And 16 by 16 tile $1.19. Laminate flooring is only 99 cents. But these prices won't last. Don't miss out on these great deals. Hurry into Minnesota Flooring today.
When you want to get away from it all, to a place where you can do everything, or nothing at all, surrounded by natural beauty and all the modern amenities you might desire, then you'll want to be here at the Wannabe Inn on the beautiful shores of Manasota Key, Florida. To plan your escape, log on to wannabeinn.com.
Inspiration can come from all sorts of places, and in this case, it's literally driving around the country. It's called the ULA Tour Bus, and they have one goal: to go to all 50 states and make 1 million dreams come true. And here to tell us all about the unusual concept of the ULA Tour Bus are the creators, and this is Troy Amdahl and Dave Braun. Welcome, guys.
Thanks. It's so glad to be here.
All right, so what made you decide to do a dream bus?
We told a story a few years back on a book we wrote about living a life that's rich and full, and it took off organically. It was a self-published book, and we struck a nerve with people that were so busy going from point A to point B, they had no balance in life. And they somehow, when they were kids, they wanted to be Batman and be a fireman and a nurse and a doctor and a lawyer, and all of a sudden their dream got lost in the day-to-day path they're on. And we found that we'd put a Sharpie in their hand and a sticker and say, what do you want for your life? Most people didn't know. And we also found there was great power in declaring positive change that puts people back on their unique path on this planet.
All right, and what kind of dreams are you seeing people ride on the bus?
We're seeing the most amazing dreams, but it seems like the best dreams are when we're driving and someone just waves us down. And it happened last night through Central Florida. We're driving, it was late, and there's a guy standing in the middle of the road doing this, and we're like, okay, this could be dangerous, but we're pulling over anyway. And we pull over, and this guy walks up to the bus, and he has a beard on, he's a big burly guy, and it starts to touch his heart, and he says, I don't know what my dream is. And those are always the best dreams, is when they have to sit and they really have to think, because they lost it in this unbalanced world of they've gained a little weight, and they're in a little bit of debt, and they're trying to struggle to find balance, and they can't, and it's when they put it on the bus to find purpose, or even little kids wanting to be Batman or being potty trained are always great dreams, but there's so many dreams in this bus that it's just hard to pick like one or two.
And I want to back up because I think I glossed over it, but people are literally writing their dreams and they're putting them on the bus as a physical sense of saying, you know what, this is what I'm going to work on?
It's exactly right. I mean, we realize that you have to consciously think about what you want. You can't, it's not a wishing well. Like, I hope I have more money, I hope my marriage heals, I hope I get fit. What do you really want for your life? And we found out that if people really think about it and take the time to put a Sharpie in permanent ink on a sticker and slap it on the side of this bus to declare positive change, our mission is to change the world with this one word, ULA. And it's not going to be some outside-in healing. It's going to be us as individuals becoming better individuals. And if everything that's happened on this bus, we're 26,000 dreams, 6 layers thick, on our way to 1 million, if everyone makes this happen, the world's just a little bit better. And not only these people, their families will become better, the people around them, the team and community will become, Sarasota will become better, and that's how we're going to change the world, one dream at a time.
Well, let's take a little walk, because I want to see some of the dreams people have placed on this bus, and I heard that the back of the bus has some of the really good ones.
Well, this is actually the dream right here from the guy that flagged us down on the middle of the road right there. He just wanted to find more purpose, and it's whenever you see tears in eyes, you know that that's when someone's really tugging at something they really want to make change in their life. And there's dreams all over the back of the bus.
Are there any other good ones? Like right here, it says, let's see, be a better dad and husband. I like that one. Too bad I'm not a dad or a husband. All right, this one says, live above wellness line, or live above the wellness line.
This is unique. This is Orlando Pro-Am. So that's, if you don't know what that is, that's a skating competition. So this is the cool thing about ULA, and I think why it's so sticky is the dreams that he has. I don't want to be a pro skater, but he does. So we all have unique dreams and abilities. We've been in a society that we're told that if you make this much money, drive this car, live in this neighborhood, you'll be happy. And the point of ULA is your ULA is your ULA. Whatever you want, that you can spend hours just reading this bus, because whatever you want for your life is unique to you. That's what makes this world amazing, is that we're all different and we have different skills, gifts, and abilities.
Speaking of amazing and different skills, you started off with a book you mentioned already. You wrote a book, but now there's another book. Tell us about the new book.
We've been friends forever, and what happened is I lost my ULA. I lost my balance in life, and I found myself divorced and living in a motel years ago. And I reached out to this guy who's the ULA guru, who was retired at 42, married, houses around the world. And I said, I need to get my ULA back. And I said, when I do, we'll write a book about it. And a couple years later, we wrote ULA, Find Balance, Unbalanced World. And from that book, this bus started. That book turned into this process. And now we signed a 3-book publishing deal with the first one coming out, ULA for Women, in a couple days.
Oh, wow, that's amazing. Yep. And I think, Jeffrey, you have one of the books over here.
I do.
All right, so
this is the interesting story, is this was self-published. This is like, we just told a story. Some celebrity and social media took a hold of it and went crazy. And then we got the attention of the original publishers of Chicken Soup for the Soul. And they said, we like what you guys are doing, and we see the ULA message as a series. So on May 2nd, which is Tuesday, they're dropping this book, ULA for Women, specifically for women. This is our stories. This is 42 women we've met along the way. That are going to inspire women, because they have different challenges. Women are the natural multitaskers. You're working, you have family, I'm sure you have fitness goals. You have goals like this too, and they do it with a smile on their face, and it's hard to say no. They're pleasers typically, and this is so relatable to women, because there's 42 stories that'll speak to the heart of women with the same principles, life-changing principles that are in the original ULA book.
Well, I love the concept, and in fact, we've already been got started on it. We decided to put our dreams to paper, and we're going to go over here. Let's start with Linda. What did you write?
Okay. I hate to admit, lose weight, because my life would be perfect if I were at the ideal weight. Then I want to see the world. So I'm going to put my stickers on, and I expect to be thin very soon, guys. Stephanie, what about
All right, you put yours on. I made an ULA family goal. I want to spend better time with my kids. You know, not that run around stress time, like the sit down, play a game of cards, keep it simple. So I want good, happy, quality time with the kids, because they're going to grow up and leave me. So that's where that is going.
They always come back.
That's a different problem.
If you're lucky. I'm going an ULA fitness goal, and I want to sweat daily in a good way, because I want to be in good shape for my future husband, or my husband. But yes, he's a fitness trainer.
You're already married.
I am married.
All right, so I'm writing mines right now, and I think that I want to take time for myself. A lot of times I get so bogged down in what other people want and what people expect from me that I tend to not do what I think is best for me. So that is what I'm going to write down on this, and pretty soon I'll put it up there. But I want you guys to keep in mind that this book is going to be released coming up soon, so you want to go to their website and actually get more details about it, and also keep a lookout for this bus. It will be driving around the Suncoast in the next few days and then moving on to other states, so you want to keep it out just in case you go home for a couple months and you're just here for a few months. All right, well, we'll be right back, and when we come back, we're going on a field trip that Linda took. We'll be back.
Check out mysuncoast.com/dining, your guide to the foodie lifestyle. It's the season of savings right now during the spring clearance event at Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota. Over 100 standard and available safety features make the new Chrysler Pacifica a safe investment for any family. And right now, you can own one for just $24,999. Or get one of America's longest-lasting pickups and save up to $11,000 on a new Ram Crew Cab. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota.
From our studios on Florida's Suncoast, this is an ABC7 News Update.
Good afternoon, I'm Haley Wilkes. Here's what we're working on for 5 o'clock. Local law enforcement opening up to the Latino community, answering their pressing questions concerning the rising fear of deportation. And the Manatee County community asking, what's that taste? What is coming out inside the Manatee County water supply? Now, let's head over to Bob.
Thanks, Haley. A beautiful day today, albeit on the hot side. Temperatures right now in the upper 80s to low 90s. That's right, 90-degree temperatures now being felt mainly east of I-75. Palmetto at 90. It's 86, though, in Venice with a little sea breeze developing near the coast. But even warm in Sarasota at the Sarasota-Bradenton Airport now. 88 degrees, Bradenton at 89 and 84 at Anna Maria. Currently at the Sarasota-Bradenton Airport, we have a dew point temperature, which is up there at 69, and winds are out of the south-southwest at 15, bringing in a nice breeze along the coast. More on your weekend weather coming up at 5.
ABC 7 News at 7, weeknights.
How long have we been married, dear?
For 76 years.
He was kind and generous to me before we married, and he was kind and generous to me all these years. We decided on Meals on Wheels because I was getting to the point where I couldn't do all the things that I had been able to do. We're the Spans. America, let's do lunch.
Drop off a hot meal and say hello. Volunteer by donating your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
Are you Goodwill?
Yes, because when I donate
or shop at Goodwill,
I'm creating a job.
I am Goodwill, yeah.
Teeth Beneath is the latest exhibit at Mote Marine Aquarium, showcasing alligators and crocodiles who we found are as talented as they are scary. I took a trip to Mote to find out all about these creatures. Here's what we found.
This guy's a little baby, not even a year old yet.
Oh.
Little Albert.
Oh my goodness, now he is a crocodile.
This is an alligator.
An alligator.
Actually, American alligator.
I have heard.
So he's gonna want
talking.
He grunt when he's scared. Yeah, he's calling mom right now.
He thinks of you as his mother.
Kind of. They will imprint a little bit on people under this age. So right now he doesn't see his own species very often. He sees us more often than none.
I'm friends with your mom here.
Yeah.
Now how big will he be?
Depending on his sex, we don't know if he's boy or girl just yet. Females around 9 to 10 feet. Males can max over 15.
Okay, if somebody's walking around the pond, will he chase them down? Do alligators chase you down?
No, generally not. Unless they're a nuisance animal and been fed by humans. If they see humans feeding them, they're going to want to go towards humans. Not to eat you, but to get food from you. So the last thing you want to do...
They look like food.
Exactly. So the last thing you want to do
like a hot dog.
Yeah, never feed wild gators, ever.
I also heard that if you were chasing me, you should zigzag like that so you can get away from me.
Oh, no, that's untrue. They can turn a dime as well. It's really? Don't, and honestly what you do is don't run. Because running is instinctual. Okay, if it's running, it means it's prey. So therefore, I will chase you. What you want to do is always maintain eye contact and back away slowly with your eyes on.
Make eye contact?
Make eye contact.
Look at me.
If you look
what do you like about them most?
The fact that they're really intelligent, actually. They actually have a cerebral cortex that we do. So they have that ability of higher learning. So right now, the training session we had down below, they're trained to go to a target and to their name. So we have all these animals are named specifically for training purposes. So we have downstairs, we have Rose, Sophia, Blanche, and Dorothy. Yes, these animals are very easy to get used to human contact. And that's why they become nuisance animals so easily, because they get used to us very easily.
Oh, we don't want to do that to you.
No, we don't.
You shouldn't trust people. They will make shoes out of you. So crocodiles are meaner than alligators?
I wouldn't say meaner. They're a little more athletic, and they can be a little more aggressive, but they're still a predator. So they're going to want to eat smaller animals, and they're going to do their normal thing. Because they're so athletic and small, he's very jumpy, and we want to keep him nice and calm so he grows white. So when we feed him, we're going to be feeding him with a pretty long acrylic stick.
Oh, that makes
This way your hand's not near him, and he'll jump and get the fish off there for you.
Oh, my.
So, all right, so we're going to secure this guy head first. This way he swallows it head first. And then we're going to put it in.
Okay, where is he? Let me look in.
He is right
Can
there.
he jump up?
Yes, he can. So we're going to go
jump up
very,
to
very
see me?
slow. Yeah.
Oh, here he comes.
He'll have the stick regardless.
He got it.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Look at that.
It's still one piece, though. He's broken 3 of these on me already.
So is my hand in one
And
piece.
your hand's in one piece.
Oh, have you ever been bitten by an alligator?
I luckily have not. Everything's still here.
Yes. Because I bet they would win that battle.
They do win that battle.
Okay, so remember, if you ever come face to face with an alligator, stare into his eyes.
I don't think I would be doing that.
And retract your hands.
and I said, and climb a tree, and he said, oh no, they can climb pretty well.
Really?
I've never seen an alligator up a tree, but I don't want to take any chances
I don't want to find
on
out.
that.
I don't
either.
want to know.
But you got to see this exhibit. It really is good. The Teeth Beneath exhibit at Moat is open daily from 10 to 5, and you can find more information by visiting Moat's website. Next, we took Throwback Thursday to a whole new level this week. We'll tell you how you can join next week. Let's take a look at that coming back.
Download ABC7's official Suncoast weather app onto all your devices so you can stay informed wherever you go. With our full-featured weather app, you get weather alerts, interactive radar maps, current conditions, 10-day forecasts, and weather video from ABC7, all at your fingertips. And it's free. The ABC7 official Suncoast weather app, sponsored by 1 Hour Air. Just search Suncoast WX in the App Store and download yours today.
You love your couch and want to protect it from spills, food, and scratching, shedding pets. Introducing Couch Coat, the reversible, washable quilted cover that protects your couch. Shield against spills, wow, stop stains, and dirty pet paws and sharp claws. Plus, it's reversible with 2 stylish colors. Guaranteed to fit any couch up to 92 inches or your money back. It even has covers to protect armrests. Machine washable too.
My grandkids destroy everything, but with Couch Coat, my couch is always protected, looking as good as it did the day I bought it.
Get your Couch Coat for just $19.99, and it's reversible in brown and cream, like 2 couch coats for the price of 1. Order right now, and you can double your offer. Get a second Couch Coat. Just pay a separate fee. Order right now.
Call 1-800-943-0710 to get your couch coat. Call now or go to couchcoat.com. So call 1-800-943-0710. That's 1-800-943-0710. Call now.
When you want to get away from it all, to a place where you can do everything, or nothing at all, surrounded by natural beauty and all the modern amenities you might desire, then you'll want to be here at the Wanna Be Inn on the beautiful shores of Manasota Key, Florida. To plan your escape, log on to wannabeinn.com.
If you're only hungry for a slice of apple pie, why buy the whole pie? And you certainly wouldn't want to pay for an all-you-can-eat buffet. So if you don't use your cell phone that much, why get charged for a plan that's too big, or even an unlimited plan? Luckily, there's still a wireless company that shares your values. Welcome to Consumer Cellular. Our average customer pays about $25 a month for everything they need. Many pay even less, as plans start at just $10 a month. You'll get a straightforward bill that's easy to understand, with no surprises, and all the attention you deserve from our friendly customer service team. No wonder Consumer Cellular received a J.D. Power Award for highest customer service. Plus, if you're an AARP member, you'll receive special discounts. It's easy to switch. You can even keep your phone and your number. So stop paying for more than you need and switch now. For a limited time, get your first month of service free. Call 800-457-2317, go online, or visit a Target store today.
Welcome back. Well, we are celebrating the decades this month here on Suncoast View. Did you guys enjoy the 40s yesterday?
I did.
So much.
I haven't been there for a while. I mean, I've been there, but it was a long time.
Well, we always enjoy watching the great dancing. The fashions were very interesting, but I thought being able to look at Sarasota and the grandeur of the Lido Casino and just realize where the city has been and where it's gone now. Just neat stuff.
Oh, yeah.
There's some great history here. Look at that, the Ringling. Wow.
They always got blessed
fascinating
before they took off in their railroad car.
Yeah, which it's amazing. Makes sense. So, of course, next week we will head into the 1950s, where I'll give you a little preview. I understand that it was probably the decade of greatest change for the area here. So lots of things.
I graduated from high school in the 50s.
And you've certainly changed. But we do want to hear.
Thanks for pointing that out.
You know, that's what I'm here for. We do want to hear what you are interested in. So you can find us online, write to us on Facebook, send us an email, of course, Instagram and Twitter, and tell us what you want to hear about as we talk about the decades here on the Suncoast as we go throughout the month. There's a lot we can learn from our history. So
you learn from the past.
That's right. All right, next we're headed to the kitchen. We've got Cafe Barbosa, and he's cooking zucchini flowers.
Check out mysuncoast.com/dining, your guide to the foodie lifestyle.
Need more space in your place? The More Space Place can help with Murphy beds that disappear to reveal a home office, living room, or den. Custom closets with designated areas for your shoes, bags, wardrobe, and accessories. Custom-built entertainment centers, garage storage systems, and more. The More Space Place has 3 showrooms next to Sonny's on US 41 South in Sarasota, on Lakewood Ranch Boulevard just south of State Route 64 in Bradenton, and on Tamiami Trail next to Panera Bread in Port Charlotte. Put more space in your place at the More Space Place.
From our studios on Florida's Suncoast, this is an ABC7 News Update.
Hello, I'm Scott Dennis. Here's what's coming up at the top of the hour. A Suncoast mother speaks out to warn parents after she says her 8-year-old child was molested at an area daycare. In Suncoast Traffic Watch right now, there's a crash at US 301 and it's backing up north and southbound traffic at the intersection with Fruitvale Road. A lot of red on the map at this hour. It may take some extra time to get through there. Now over to Bob for more on our weather.
Well, I tell you, Scott, hot temperatures today near summer-like, even near the coast, upper 80s to near 90 degrees at the Sarasota Bradenton Airport. Dew points up there, too, which is close to summer-like conditions. We have mostly sunny skies, a south to southwest wind at 16. 90-degree temperatures are being felt, especially in places like Mayaca City, Arcadia, Wauchula, and Lakewood Ranch, all in the 90s there right now. 89 in Northport, 88 in Port Charlotte, 94 in Sebring. Dry air is still in place, although we're starting to moisten up just a little bit. Your full forecast at 5.
ABC 7 News at 7, weeknights. Your daughter just had her first breakup. Do you A, put yourself in her shoes? B, console her?
Don't worry, sweetie. This is gonna happen a lot.
Or C, find her a new boyfriend?
Nice, single boys. That was weird.
As a parent, there are no perfect answers. But you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
For years, I told everyone my Craftmatic adjustable bed was the greatest until I got the new Craftmatic Legacy. It has an adjustable pillow feature that's awesome. You're gonna want one too when you see how little they cost.
If you've ever had a bad night's sleep, call and price the new Craftmatic Legacy. It has so much more than other adjustables and still costs up to 50% less. Featuring a rising adjustable pillow rest, bedside power plugs, underbed night lights, and more. Available in all mattress types with optional heat and soothing massage for as much as half the price of Tempur-Pedic, Sleep Number, and other adjustables. Enjoy temporary relief of low back pain, nighttime heartburn, mild arthritis. Adjust the rising pillow feature to help align your head, neck, and shoulders. See for yourself with our 30-day in-home trial. So call and price one today for less, up to 50% less.
You get so much more and it still costs less. You gotta see how little they cost.
Call 1-800-237-0214. That's 1-800-237-0214. Call 1-800-237-0214. Call now.
I knew I could get myself out of this. I just needed some hope.
and some help.
I took the first step to recovery when I made the call.
If you're depressed, drinking, and using drugs, you may need help. And the Affordable Care Act guarantees coverage of substance abuse. Call the Addiction, Hope, and Helpline now for a free assessment.
I had problems just getting to sleep, drinking and using pills every night.
I feel like I'm losing control. I'm afraid I'll lose my job or even my family.
Are you losing hope? You can recover and get back on track. Call now for hope and help with proven, gentle recovery programs.
I never thought that I could be somebody who didn't drink and use drugs.
I have something to hold on to for strength. I'm in recovery, getting the help I need.
Call the Addiction, Hope, and Helpline now for a free assessment with someone who cares.
Call 1-800-764-8708. That's 1-800-764-8708.
Coming up Monday at 4 on Suncoast View, we're getting ready for the Run for the Roses. Pour the mint juleps, get out your favorite hat. It's Kentucky Derby week. We'll get some insider info. We'll ask Dr. Jenny about live blood analysis and why it's the best way to understand your body. Plus, keeping your family safe in public pools with the Life Ring and the table creekside in the kitchen.
Welcome back. We're here with Chef Joe from Cafe Barbosa, and there's hot stuff all around us.
Very hot.
What is happening?
So what we're doing today is we're making a stuffed zucchini blossom flower.
I didn't know you did that.
Yes, we
Can you
do.
hold up a flower?
I can.
It's a real flower.
That's
These are
fascinating.
really, so the zucchini grows down here.
Okay.
Right, this is at the end, and then you pick these. And these come from a local market called Big Apple Market.
Oh,
here-
sure.
Are
here in
they
Sarasota.
edible?
It's up by us.
So, yeah, you could order these from there.
Wow.
And
Those are edible, yeah.
what we're going to do is
eat
we're
'em.
going to
Eat
stuff them with some ricotta and a little bit of mozzarella and Parmesan Reggiano, the king of Parmesan.
Wow.
Absolutely.
A little bit of salt, pepper. So if you would mind, just take a handful of that.
Yes.
Throw it right into there.
Like
That's
that,
the
boom.
cheese, that's
Okay,
which one?
so good so
Jesus,
far.
that's a handful. What kind of Italian are you?
I'm not Italian at
I
all.
know.
Yeah, Belgian. That's the problem.
That's the problem.
So
Stop being
more.
stinky. More
so
cheese.
more. Okay. More cheese.
A little bit of Reggiano.
Okay, a little bit.
Let's get a little bit of salt.
Yes.
Right, not too much.
And a little bit of pepper.
A little bit of pepper.
What was that green stuff?
That's a little bit of Italian parsley.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So
And then we'll just mix it up real quickly, right? Get that a little.
So that's
mixed up.
actually going to go inside the flour?
Yes.
Wow.
And you're going to trust them to do that?
No.
No.
Because I'm guessing it takes a gentle touch.
Absolutely.
Oh, look. It's like a cake decorator.
So this
you
is a
put it in the
pastry
bag?
right?
My.
We'll put some in here.
I'm just shocked you're doing this to a flower.
This is exciting.
Who knew you could eat flowers?
We had pumpkin
Yes.
blossoms when I was a kid. We would
Yeah.
do this, but we didn't stuff them with ricotta cheese.
What do you stuff them
So,
Just nothing. We just
well, you could stuff them with grits and corn. You could stuff them with pretty much anything.
This sounds
do you sell that?
Yeah, we do it at the restaurant,
Oh my
Barbosa.
gosh.
This is a special at Barbosa because the flowers you could only get so many months a year,
And Joe,
right?
did you come across this in Italy, or did your grandma do it? Where
Yeah,
did
my
you look at
grandmother
this?
used to make these because we grew, they grew
Oh.
everything, right? So basically, you're just very gently opening them up,
right?
Right, and you'll see how that happens.
That's
Okay.
fascinating.
That is
And then we
amazing.
stick it right in there and
I got to
fill
tell you,
it up.
it looks incredibly delicious.
It is.
I mean, that's the weird thing.
So then we
A
just give it
flour
a
and
little
cheese.
thing,
Yeah.
right? And then we make a simple tempura batter.
Okay.
It's just flour, a little bit of club soda and baking powder, right? And a little bit of actually ice cold water, right?
Oh, and you just
And you just dip them in there, right? And you put them in 325-degree oil, right?
Oh, look at
And
that.
they cook.
That is fascinating.
And
Yes, I can't believe this.
just
This
for
is
about
amazing.
literally 45 seconds to a minute, depending, and you have to watch it very carefully. So, and if anything happens and it starts to bubble, call the fire department. Right?
Or ask Bobette to help.
All right, there you go.
So I'm going to take it actually off of that. But then what we do, you just want to drain it on a paper towel, obviously, right? So just to get that oil.
And how long does it stay in there?
About 45 seconds to a minute.
Well, if it
That's
needs
it.
another second, Joe, Bobette and I are like
Yeah,
over
we
here
wanna eat
dying to
everything.
reach forward. Tell us what else you brought and what's on the menu right
So
now.
that's a shrimp shumai with a ginger and tamari sauce with a little bit of Topeka caviar.
I knew that.
Oh,
All
wow.
right. Then we have an heirloom tomato tower with pesto and fresh mozzarella.
Very
right.
interesting.
And then we have an long stem artichokes. We get these long stem artichokes
Cut those for you if
from
you want to
Tuscany in
try it.
Italy. All right. And that has a spinach and artichoke bottom.
Oh.
Right?
It's like spinach and
look
artichoke.
Look at Steph go right for
I'm
it.
going to try the tempura.
And then that's over there that is a foie gras de canard, a pate of duck with a black cherry sauce.
I'm going right. I'm actually crossing behind you.
So let me do these.
You're going to get in trouble.
That would be mine.
Going right
So
back.
let's do this. Let's get these out on this. I'm going to put a little bit of San Marzano marinara, right on top.
See, I'm eating the flour, Jeffrey.
Okay.
Here's your fork.
Thank you. What a delicacy.
Okay. And here you go, love.
So, of course, we would want to put marinara
Here, give
on it.
that's for Linda.
Okay, Linda.
I'm going to eat the foie gras.
So we are eating zucchini flowers.
Stuffed.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't wait.
It's going to be hot, though. Be careful.
Yeah, a little hot, but don't worry.
You'll be fine.
You'll be fine.
Very interesting.
So isn't that delicious? Right?
And really, for someone like me that's not a chef, it's doable.
Right.
And you never know you're eating a flower.
No.
It's just a lovely,
It's
like,
so
so
simple.
good.
Flowerlicious.
Right. It's so simple, yeah?
Yeah, Joe, what a wonderful thing. This is a special at Cafe Barboso.
Barboso.
Go see Chef
Absolutely.
Joe, one of the most creative cooks and chefs around, and we love his great ideas.
thank you.
Thank you for that. Jeffrey, thanks for joining
Love
us.
being here and eating with you ladies.
A
Great
big
weekend,
treat today.
everybody.
It's so light.
Enjoy the Suncoast view.